This story will pull no punches. It's not pretty. Potential violent death never is. A few weeks ago, a shark mauled to death a 13-year-old boy, Brian Willis, spearfishing off the point at Balmoral in Sydney Harbour. A few days later, a shark, believed by experts to be the same shark, claimed another victim, a new Australian swimming in Sugarloaf Bay, about 2 miles from the first attack. Coincidentally, a hammerhead shark swims near the spot as we make the film. The shark attacked twice. Bruno Rittenberg died a few minutes later. Now people watch the shark being hunted. On the right is Kenneth Wood and his wife, who witnessed the tragedy. Working in the bay are shark meshing experts led by Nick Gornishan, who holds the government contract and has done great work in meshing beaches. But they didn't get the man-eater. It's still prowling, seeking another victim. And victims won't be hard to find if people swim in harbors outside protective pools. More and more lives will be lost if foolhardy surfers jump into the open sea. This isn't a cheap thrill. It could cost you your life and the life of heroic lifesavers who go to your aid. We make no apology for the grim scenes you'll see in this film report, for this is a blunt and direct warning to every swimmer. A warning particularly to new Australians who are used to swimming in shark-free areas, and to those temporary Australians who won't obey the rules and swim in the safe areas designated by lifesavers. These people would die before a lifesaver could reach them, and the lifesaver would put himself in danger far beyond the line of duty. This shot was made with a 15-inch telephoto lens, indicating how far they're out. Sure, it's good to catch a big shoot way out, but what if you're the only one who misses it, and you're left out there, alone? Sharks almost invariably strike the lone swimmer. From this boat, owned by radio star Bob Dyer, Cinesound cameraman and Dyer himself have compiled a film record that must be seen if shark's ferocity is to be believed. We're not far offshore, only a few hundred yards out from the first line of breakers. The bait attracts him immediately. He prowls swiftly, unseen even by the water bird, resting unconcerned a foot or two above him. They never seem to attack birds, however hungry they may be. Then, with an awe-inspiring grace and power, the shark thrusts itself through the water to strike. Just watch this and pray that it is the closest you'll ever come to a shark. Watch the power in those terrible jaws, the lashing tail that could break a leg or an arm in a twinkling. Watch your hand, Bob, it's too close. Look at that, and then look back towards the beach. Yes, that's Bondi, but it could be any beach. And this monster, fearful even in its death throes, could have been on patrol only a few yards out from where you, the foolhardy one, usually swims. Bob Dyer has caught more than 200 sharks, weighing 120,000 pounds in 5 years. His wife, Dolly, has caught 45. They hold 8 world records and 21 Australian records. Their boat, Tennessee 2, holds more world records than any other game fishing boat. In ridding the seas of monsters like this savage whaler, they and others are doing a fine job. Even after a long fight, a fully grown shark is still a terrifying opponent. Dolly has all but landed this one, but it's still powerful, ugly, vicious. The shark attacks the boat. A huge, sleek monster whose teeth grip the fender strip in its last attack. A rain of boat hook blows make little difference. What chance would you have? The flag goes up to signal another catch, a flag that represents triumph and a warning. For where there is one shark, there certainly will be others. In waters like this, a capsized dinghy could mean a swift and agonizing death. You've seen how close a shark will cruise. This man is lucky because help is at hand and is hauled aboard quickly. But he doesn't do that from choice. He knows sharks. Here now are sharks as you've never seen them before. Hungry sharks, striking at rag baits hauled through the water by the Dyers, simply to tease them and to show them in their numbers. These dramatic pictures, among the most amazing ever filmed, show the speed, the grim purpose, and the frightening power of sharks on the attack. The catch alongside is their prey too, and they must be fended off with boat hooks. Not a pretty picture, is it? No wonder they're called terrors of the seas. No wonder that almost every attack on a swimmer is fatal. The teasing is over. Catching begins. The rod and line strain almost to breaking point under the weight of more than 1,000 pounds of fighting shark. This is a battle of strength against strength, skill against skill. It's a battle that doesn't end until the giant lies at the side of the boat securely tied. Gamely, Dolly goes to get the tail rope on the monster. Watch it, Dolly. Only the grimmest warning will be heeded by the foolhardy, the stupid risk-takers. And here is a grim warning, possibly the only time it has ever been filmed so close. One shark attacking another, ignoring boat hooks, ropes, everything in the lust for flesh. Surfing is one of the world's greatest sports, and it's far safer than traveling almost any highway by car if you obey the rules. Don't swim in unenclosed still waters. In the surf, don't deliberately and stupidly bait sharks. A word of real congratulation to Bob Dyer and his wife. These 10 sharks represent a reminder and a grim warning that along our coasts are scores, hundreds more. One cheap thrill may cost you your life.